So we're going to take a look at how to create a multi-view drawing using Onshape. So here's one of the parts that we've done in class. So now we're going to take that and create the multi-view. So to do that, after we create the part, we go over here to the right side below the parts section, right here where it says part 1, or whatever other part if we had multiple parts on the same page. We're going to right click and we're going to say create drawing of part 1. Came over here, we right clicked and we said create drawing of part 1, and we have a few options here. The first thing we're going to want to do is we'll go ahead and choose the DWT, so the top one, and that's fine. The bottom one is going to give us a portrait view, so in other words our paper is going to go long ways instead of horizontal. A couple options here, you can say no views or 4 views. Let's just go ahead and do the 4 views here. So we'll click that and we'll hit OK. Now what it's going to do is actually create the drawing for us. So you might have to give it just a minute to load that up depending on how fast our Wi-Fi is today. And you can see there it is. There's our multi-view drawing. Now from here though, we're going to do some annotations on this. So first thing I'm going to do, I like this view to be shaded, so I'm going to right click on it and say show shaded view. And what that's going to do is color that in for us. Now I'm going to zoom in on our front view here, and I'm going to put a center mark in. So right here's a center mark, and I'm going to click this circle here. We want to put that so that we can locate the hole. To show those hidden lines, I'm going to right click on it and I'm going to say show hidden lines, and it'll put those hidden lines in for us. And then I want to go back up here to the top view now and do the same thing. So right click and say show hidden lines, and it'll put those in for us too. Because remember, we have this circle in there. We also have this. And if we were looking at it from the top view, we wouldn't be able to see those things. But the nice thing is it's done for us. Onshape did all that for us. Now I'm going to go and I'll start doing some dimensioning. So just the same icon as before, here's dimension, or I could just press the D key. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to mark from the center point to this line here, and I'm going to say that's 0.25 from the edge to the center line here. And I want to try to locate those numbers so they're easily readable. And then I'll also go ahead and click on the circle itself, and that'll allow me to diameter. So you notice right there, none of those dimension lines are crossing over each other. It's pretty clear and easy to read. So now I'll come back down and I'll do some more dimensioning. Over here is dimension again. I need to know from here to here how tall that is. So I'll just put that in like so. Now the nice thing is we really don't need both of those. So I'm going to delete that one because I want to put an overall in here. So I'll say from here to here. And that lets everybody know it should be 1 for us. Now I do need to do some dimensioning over here. So I'm going to say from here to here. That's 0.25. And then from here to here is a 1 inch. So now I know when I go to draw that it's 0.25 up. That's 1 inch. I also need to know how far from the edge it is. So I'm probably going to set this like so. Now we've got our height. Do we have our length though? So let's take a look. I need to get my length. So I'm still in dimension mode. And I'll go from line to line here and say that's 2 inches. And then I need to know my thickness. So I could choose to do it down here, or I could just do it right up here on the top view. And there's my 0.25. So if I'm looking at this thing, can I tell how to draw this? Do I have... So when I sit here and think about all the things I need to do, I know I'm probably going to start this shape with a rectangle, right? I'm going to make the rectangle 2 inches long. So I know that I'm 2 inches long, I'm 1 inch tall, and I'm 0.25 inches thick. So I could go ahead and create that part. Then I'm probably going to come in here and I'm going to draw this circle and this square cutout at the same time, right? So I'm going to say that square right there, I'll just go draw a square or a rectangle, and it's 0.5 away, and it's 0.25 tall, and it's 1 inch long. So I've got the necessary numbers there. Then for my circle, it's 0.25 away from each edge, and it's got a diameter of 0.25. So then I could cut that out of there and be done. Now the chamfer here, that lets me know from here to here is 0.75. But one thing I don't know that I really should know is how far it is from the edge to this corner. So I'm going to cheat a little bit and drag this 2.0 down. And I'll take my dimension tool and go from here to the solid line and say that's 1.75. So now I know for a fact how far that is. And that's kind of a big deal, because that lets whoever, either the builder or me as the designer, know exactly what that chamfer number is. I'll probably clean this up just a little bit, and I'll drag this down a little bit just so those numbers are easier to read.